Hello, hello, hello. I'm Mrs. Love Beetle. Welcome to my channel. I know I'm normally a gardening person, but I have a project that I'm doing at the moment that I thought people might be a bit interested in. This big as pot is full with Jersey dripping. Now I know it's kind of an odd colour. Jersey dripping is actually yellow. It is unappealing to most people visually, but it does taste quite nice. It's also really greasy compared to tallow and lard. So what we're doing here is we're just melting it down a little bit, and then the jars that you saw at the beginning of the video are going to come out of the oven and I'm going to fill them up. I've got some lids in here that are getting nice and hot and sterile, and they'll go on top, and apparently this means that I'll be able to preserve my tallow, Jersey fat, for 12 months or more. Now the reason why that's important to me is I don't use vegetable oils as a general rule, a little bit of olive oil for salads, but otherwise I tend to stay away from them because they're not super good for you. And although this is a heap, this is 12 months, so I don't know, it's maybe 8-10 litres. And I use it on the barbecue quite a bit for greasing that down, and I'm sort of thinking that I might even experiment with making a little bit of homemade soap. Now because the oven is on, I'm being frugal. I've got some chicken in there that's cooking away. This is some very wilted broccoli that I'm just giving a light cooking. The liquid of the broccoli will go into here. I'm going to make some bone broth with chicken bones that I've been saving up in the freezer for a wee while. That's obviously the peelings from the broccoli. Ultimately, the bone broth will be getting fed to this little cutie. Hey, puppy. And the broccoli will get made up with a cheese sauce and also poked into the oven. It's only, what is it? It's not even 12 o'clock yet, but I can microwave this later on, and in the daytime we get cheap power because we have solar. The yellow of the Jersey fat is because it's much, much higher in vitamin D, which is really, really good for you, and also something called carotene, which, to be honest, I didn't actually realise you could get outside of carrots. So that looks mostly melted. I've got the jars out of the oven. As you can see, they're in a tray with a little bit of water. Because the vitamins in here are so heat sensitive, I'm doing my utmost to keep everything at a reasonably low temperature while still maintaining sterility. Okay, that's all done. I've just popped everything back into the oven because it took a little longer than I was anticipating, and I just want to bring everything back up to temperature. There was also this little bit left over which I've popped into here because it actually looks like it might have a bit of water contamination. So I thought I might just settle it out, and if it comes out good I'll use it, and if not, birds I suppose. So that's them all sealed up. I would have shown you the process, but I'm such a clumsy fool, I would have burnt me. Now we did have something interesting happen. The other jars were all ladled out. These ones I poured, and as you can see there is some separation. So that leaves me with a couple of choices. I can re-render these down, or what I probably will do is just bung them in the fridge and use them first. As I said, I'll be using it on the barbecue, and I tend to use quite a lot. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Hope it was educational, and hope you had a great weekend. As always, have fun in your garden, and if in doubt, let it sprout.